Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here and welcome to my guide to the Arcadian Cruiserweight Division's first match against Dancing Green. Normal modes are pretty simple, but this guide will quickly break it down for you in case you're nervous or just want to clarify how the fight works. Let's get started. Dancing Green will start with a series of half-room AoEs. Do the Hustle is simply going to hit the side with all the flashing colors during the animation. 2 Snap Twist will do 2 AoEs to the beat of the music before Green hits the side opposite of that, so make sure you do a swap after those first 2 AoEs. 4 Snap Twist works the same, except it will hit 4 times before doing the twist. Remember the cadence of the snaps and twists for when these AoEs are used later. After this is Deep Cut, which is just conal tank busters on each of the 2 tanks. Face these away from the group obviously. Once this is done, Green will use Funky Floor. This causes half of the room's squares to light up and pulse an AoE in a checkerboard pattern, swapping back and forth between which ones do the hit. You'll be asked to do a split damage AoE called Full Beat during this, so the party should just be sure to do these dodges right behind Dancing Green to stay stacked up. Next is a raid wide called Disco Infernal. This will summon 4 spotlights that move throughout the arena, basically just traveling back and forth from their starting location. Everyone will also receive 2 Burn Baby Burn debuffs. When this debuff expires, your character will be stunned briefly and start dancing. If you're caught dancing outside of a spotlight, you'll be damaged, knocked up, and given a vuln stack. So make sure that when the marker over your head appears, that you put your character inside one of the spotlights. This will occur twice, so keep an eye on both of the timers and the countdown over your head. Right after the first spotlight check will be a Do the Hustle, so be sure to dodge it right away before you do the second spotlight. With this over, Green will do Celebrate Good Times to do a stronger raid-wide attack. Next is Do the Wave. This summons a traveling batch of brightly colored AoEs from the north side of the room with a single open space. There will be 2 of these Do the Waves back to back with a single line of safe spaces between them. You're just dodging the AoEs one at a time without getting caught in the pretty colors. This is then followed up with a 2 Snap Twist to avoid and another Celebrate Good Times. Now comes the time to truly groove. Dancing Green will use Ensemble Assemble and summon 8 Frogtarages on the north side of the room. One by one, they will assume a pose, with the direction they raise their arms indicating a half-room AoE that Dancing Green will do as he matches their moves one at a time. It is just 8 back-to-back half-room AoEs, so dance back and forth between each side based on the frog poses in the back. After all 8 frogs bust a move, Green will use Do the Pose, briefly causing the player to dance. If you manage to avoid all 8 AoEs, you'll get a Perfect Groove pop-up that also gives you a small 20-second damage buff. If all 8 players manage to groove perfectly, you'll also be rewarded with a boost to your limit break gauge. With that, Dancing Green throws a few new moves in alongside his earlier attacks. The main new thing here is Frogtarage. This summons 2 Afro Frogs that will begin moonwalking through the arena. Their dance path draws an AoE. If they moonwalk through the inner edges of the arena, then the middle of the room will be a giant AoE to avoid. If they moonwalk towards the outer edges, it means the center will be safe. Just keep an eye on them while they schmoove and adjust accordingly. For the first Frogtarage, there will also be 8 spread AoEs. It helps if some members, especially ranged or healers, shift to being in front of the boss during this, especially given your party is likely stacked behind the boss because players just tend to do that when nothing is happening, so it really helps to make more space. After that is a Funky Floor with a 2 Snap Twist. This is just about being careful dodging the floor while doing the twist. It helps to dodge forward and back during the ability cast and then swap sides the moment the second snap goes off. The last major mechanic combo is another Disco Infernal. This one now features only 3 spotlights, with the first debuff being incredibly quick. Right after you do your first spotlight finish, a Frogtarage will have begun drawing an outline for the next AoE. Dodge the Frogtarage while looking at Green himself, who is actually doing a 4 Snap Twist. Get to the correct side of him while also avoiding the Frogtarage AoE. As the second spotlight begins ticking down, another Frogtarage will appear. You'll need to get in a spotlight that also avoids the Frogtarage AoE. This is either the lone spotlight in the narrow safe spot through the center of the room, or one of the 2 spotlights towards the outer edge. Identify which pattern it is, find the spotlight, and dance the night away. After this is another 2-snap twist, a deep cut on the tanks, and then the fights on repeat from Ensemble Assemble onward. It's really just some basic pattern recognition, but with visuals you might not be used to. It's also pretty easy to get distracted with the funky beat while you're trying to do the fight, so try to keep your head in it for at least a little bit of the time. And that's going to be a wrap for my guide to the Cruiserweight division's first fight in the Arcadian. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for savage predictions, savage guides. You know the drill. Until next time, take care.